नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself JVN Dr. Astha Sikarwar, Assistant Professor, Department of Organ of Medicine, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's topic is the value of symptoms continued from JT Kent Philosophy. Kant grouped symptoms as generals, particulars, and common symptoms. Each group was further divided in three grades 3, 2, 1, depending upon how strong that symptom was in proving and how often it has been confirmed in reprovings and in clinic. Nature of symptom: general, common, particular. Grades: first grade, second grade, third grade. It is very important to understand what is meant by general, common, and particular symptoms. The generals are sometimes made up of particulars. If we examine any part alone, we are only examining the particulars. If we examine the liver symptoms alone, we are examining particulars. If we are examining the eye symptoms or the symptoms of any other reason considered apart from the whole man, you are examining particular symptoms. But after you have gathered the particulars of every region of the body and you see there are certain symptoms running through the particulars, those symptoms that run through the particulars have become general as well as particulars. Things that apply to all the organs may be predicted of the person himself. Things that modify all parts of the organism are those that relate to the general state. Anything that the individual predicates of himself is also general. There are things that an individual might say of himself that might relate to only one organ, but of course that becomes a particular. But most of the things that the man predicts of himself are general. Scarcely more important is what the woman says of her menstruation. Menstruation is so closely relates to the whole woman that it becomes most important. The spatial senses also are so closely related to the whole man that the smells that are grateful and the smells that are disagreeable become general. There are certain smells that relate more particular to the nose itself because the smell is in the nose and is due to some pathological condition of the nose and thus becomes a mere particular. A patient says, I see so and so without seeing. That relates to the generals. It is to a great extent a seeing with the understanding. Now, when the eye itself become affected, the symptoms gathered are particular because they relate to the anatomy of the eye. The more the symptoms relate to the anatomy of the parts, the more external they are, the more they relate to the tissue, the more likely they are to be particular. But the more they relate to the internals that involves the whole man, the more they become general. The things therefore that relate to the man are the ones to be singled out in the anamnesis and marked first. After gathering together all the symptoms of a patient, you should single out for study first of all everything and anything that you can predict of the man, everything of which you can say he feels so and so, she suffers so and so. Sometimes when you have figured the anamnesis of the generals, you have settled by your anamnesis upon three remedies or possibly upon one. In 99 cases of 100, you can leave out the particulars, for the particulars are usually contained within the generals. If there be but one remedy that has the numerous generals and covers those generals absolutely and clearly and strongly, that will be the remedy that will be cure the case. There may be a lot of little particular that may appear to contraindicate, but they cannot, for nothing in particulars can contraindicate generals. One strong general can overrule all the particulars you can gather up. The value of symptoms is divided into three grades. General symptoms are divided into three grades: first, second, and third, and common symptoms and particular symptoms are divided into the same three grades. We will see in Bonninghausen a fourth grade, but as a matter of fact, these remedies do not form a grade, they are only probatory remedies requiring demonstration by reproving and clinical confirmation. The general symptoms of the first grade are such as all or the majority of provers state of themselves as a class of provers. Now, when those symptoms which have existed as generals among the provers come into the experience of the practitioner and are confirmed by curing those states extensively wherever administered for years, then these remedies are fully entitled to this grade. When only one prover has recorded a certain symptom, it is doubtful whether that is a symptom from the action of the remedy, but when several provers have recorded the same symptom, it becomes confirmed. When that symptom has been removed or cured by the remedy in the hands of a physician, it can then be said to be sav- said to have been verified. So symptoms are recorded, confirmed by reproving, third verified upon the sick. Suppose now that there are more symptoms that have only been brought out by a few of the provers, they do not run through the whole family of provers, but they have been confirmed and occasionally verified. Then you see they are not entitled to so much consideration as a matter of degree. They belong to the second grade because not so strong as the first grade, which produces these symptoms upon everybody or nearly everybody. Of course, what is true of the generals will be true of common and particular. Then, as to the third grade, now and then a prover brings out a symptom and it has not yet been confirmed by reproving, but it stands out pretty strong and seems to be worthy of a third place, or it has been verified by having cured sick folks, or on the other hand, it is admitted as a clinical symptom. Sometimes close or careful observers have noticed that certain symptoms not in the proving have generally yielded to a certain remedy, and others have confirmed this clinical experience. These symptoms are admitted to go into the third grade. A great many of Bonninghausen's fourth grade symptoms really belong to the third grade because Bonninghausen was very cautious and with the symptoms that had never been verified. His third grade remedies include such as he had gathered from his clinical experience, and he was doubtful about the propriety of placing them in third grade, and also those symptoms that occurred in the provers but had not proper confirmation and were not verified. He laid them as it were upon a shelf for approbation to be hereafter proved or accepted. So, Dr. Kent divided his symptoms in three: general, particular, and common, under three grades: first grade, second grade, third grade. This session powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.